Yes, people. Welcome to the finished article and welcome to Finished Cut. As you know, Finished Cut is where we talk about TV shows and movies. And as the title says, we're going to be reviewing Fast and Furious movies from 1 all the way till 9. And we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to be expecting in 10. I've got my co-host Shaz with me, and I believe we are being joined by someone else, but we'll wait until he comes up. He'll pop in the show later. Without further ado, though, here is my boy Shaz. Yes, bro, how are we? We're feeling good after United beating Arsenal today, yeah?
Bands are like, bro. Rants and bands, baby. We love to see it. We love to see it.
Nah, it was a good game, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We've got Fergie time scheduled tomorrow. We'll talk about United and Arsenal tomorrow. But yeah, as below it shows, my personal Twitter's here. Shaz's is there. The finished article, Facebook and Twitter are underneath the feed. So please hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Follow us across social media. We are going to be releasing content, hopefully on a daily basis. There may be a couple of days here and there where we're not able to do it, but we will try and get as many videos out as possible during the week. Even if we have to do 2 on a day, we will do that just to get the content out for you people. But without further ado, let's get on to this, Shaz. So Fast and Furious, bro. Well, let's start with the easy question. Which was your favorite out of the 9 movies, bro?
Which was my favorite? Probably I enjoyed 5.
You know what? I was going to say the exact same thing. 5 was the first one that they were all together as a group.
5 was this epilogue whereby it brought the gang back together. The other one,
whole gang together for the first time.
Yeah, it's like literally a collection of bits from Fast 2, Fast 3.
Yeah, it's got all the characters in. So you've got Dom, you've got Brian, you've got Roman, Tej.
Yeah.
What's she called? Giselle, Han. Yeah. You know, they're all there. They're all the big players are there. And Mia. The only one missing was Letty, who obviously comes back in 7. Yeah. 5 was a brilliant one. It was one of my favorites. A couple of months ago, I watched all 9 movies, like one a day at least, one every couple of days. To be honest, the first one was probably one of the best ones. I really enjoyed the first one because it was the start of not the trilogy. It was the start of the series of movies, of the Fast and Furious movies, and I thought it was a really good way to start it.
You know what?
Question, Shaz, which one was the worst one?
Which was the worst?
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually a good one. So I'm kind of a pickle because when I first watched it, and you have to hear me out before you jump in.
Yeah, no, go for it, bro. You say what you need.
When I watched Tokyo Drift, I hated it because I thought, what the hell's going on here? Mm-hmm. What tangent had they taken it off? But it kind of grew on me. So I have to be honest, 9 was for me really bad. I didn't enjoy it. It was way over the top. Mia coming back didn't add any value for me because
I think it did. I think Mia coming back did add a bit of value because obviously Dom's brother, I can't even remember the character's name. It was played by John Cena. What was his name, bro?
Oh, crikey.
I can't even remember his name. But
brother, yeah.
Yeah. It was played by Mr. You Can't See Me.
So, it's really funny that they introduced Dom's brother because I looked at Cena. Jeez, bro. Every offense attended. That is such a shit character to pick as Dom's brother. You could pick anybody else. You could pick Anthony Mackie. You could pick me. You could pick Cheddar Bob. You could pick someone else. But bro, why would you pick John Cena? I can't wrestle, let alone act. That's how bad it is.
His name's Jacob, bro. His name's Jacob. Jacob Toretto. That's the one.
Yeah.
Right. So what I don't understand is, right, we've obviously had 8 movies of Fast and Furious, yeah?
Yeah.
At
9.
that by this point. No, we've had before 9, we've had 8.
Yeah,
Right?
correct. Yeah.
So in the whole 8 series, we've never heard of Dom's brother or Mia's other brother, right? It's always been Dom and Mia as a family, and then we hear a little bit about their dad, and that's it. Yeah. In 8 movies, bro, we never hear of Dom's brother Jacob at all.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Not one bit. And the whole series is based on family. You get me?
Yeah.
And we never hear of his brother that we've never seen or heard of. And magically he turns up in 9 and everyone's like, oh, that's Dom's brother. But even Letty knew it was Dom's brother because obviously she knows the family. But
Yeah, but
what the
okay,
heck's going on
Dom's
here, bro?
brother?
8 movies and you don't hear of Dom's
Bro,
brother
you
and
know the
Mia's
funny
brother.
thing
They
is,
just turn up.
I loved the first one for the fact that your boy Paul Walker, rest in peace, brother,
Yes,
turned up, especially for the tuna that was so bad.
yeah,
But
the
my
tuna
man turned up
sandwiches.
for him.
Yeah.
No one else turned up for him. My man turned up for him. But bro, you know the funny thing is, Dom then, and no reference to his brother. It was his boys, it was crew. Where was he at all the dinners? And all of a sudden he pops out of nowhere. I'm like, bro, you gotta have the better angle with this. I mean, by the way, I did enjoy Han coming back, so kudos to that. But that was another funny one.
Yeah. No, defos, bro, defos. Yeah, I thought Han coming back was good because they even showed how he faked his death and came back, which was brilliant twist in the film. I thought it was a good twist. The only thing for me on that is they ruined it in the trailer. They showed us in the trailer that Han's back. So the surprise, the surprise element was gone because we knew he was back
You know what?
even before watching it.
You know what? Do you remember the trailer for the? I know I'm going slightly off topic, but I know it's a
No, go
film
for
we'll
it.
cover in the future. But do you remember the trailer for Avengers: Infinity War?
Mm-hmm.
And towards the end, like once they've done the last credit, he goes, "You got Thor going. Who are you guys?" And all of a sudden, it flashes onto the Avengers, which is like not the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it ruined that element there as well that
It
they were going to
ruined
be in
that
the movie.
element
Yeah.
there because it was the same thing that happened. And apologies, we will be covering that
No,
show
we
as
will get
well.
on to that. But yeah, it's a great example where in the trailers they ruin the movie. Now, another example is the Spider-Man movie, the new one, No Way Home. Apparently, this is still a rumor that all 3 Spider-Mans in it. So
Yeah,
Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland.
yeah,
But in the trailer, you don't see the other 2. But you see all the other bad guys, right? You see Doc Ock, Electro, the Lizard. You see all of them. But in a little bit of the trailer, there was a clip on YouTube that I watched earlier that the Lizard is jumping across from one building to another, and you see him move like he's just been hit, but you
yeah.
don't see what's hit him. So it's like they've taken him out of the trailer, full stop. Like even if they're supposed to be in that scene, they've taken him out of the scene just for the trailer, which is good because they're hiding the surprise element. And I'm gonna go and watch this now because I want to know if all 3 of these guys turn up.
No doubt. I mean, for me, I'm still recovering from Endgame.
Oh, bro.
But
Right, it's
sorry,
too
I
early
know
to talk about Endgame, bro. It's too early.
we will cover that separately. So anyway, back onto Fast and Furious.
Yes,
I
yes.
almost went off a tangent on a different film.
It's cool, bro.
That's
It's
how
cool.
that's how.
So, let's talk a bit about the characters, yeah? Out of the characters, who's your favorite?
Oh, bro, that without a shadow of a doubt, your boy Roman.
Roman Pierce, yeah?
Roman Pierce,
He's
bro.
actually one of the funniest characters in the whole movie.
Yeah.
There was a scene I think it was the end of 4. No, it's the end of the one where Dom gets his son back.
Oh yes, yeah,
I think it was 8. I
yeah,
think it is the end of that one where Roman and Ted just stood there about the barbecue or at the house, and they see Luke Hobbs come in, and they goes, "Oh, hide the baby oil."
Oh right, yeah,
And
yes.
then The Rock just turns around and says, "Oh, watch out for that big ass forehead," or something like that. And that wasn't even scripted in the movie. It was just an improv moment that they had against each other, and it was brilliant.
Exactly.
Before we move on, though, bro, I'm just
I
going
know.
to bring in the next guy coming onto the show with us. Going to bring on your boy Raiyaan, who's from over on Sarcasm City, Analysis at Anfield, and all that. Here he comes. Yes,
Yo, what
Raiyaan.
you guys saying? You good?
I'm good,
Yeah,
bro.
all good.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
Cheers for having me on, guys. Yeah,
Nah, no problem. Appreciate you coming on, man.
It's about time, bro. It's about time we got a legend on the show, bro. What you saying, man? What you saying?
cheers, man.
Nah, it's good stuff,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
nice
myself
one
and
for coming on,
Chaz were
man.
just basically going through Fast and Furious. I think we were just talking about the end of Fast and Furious 5 where he was making the reference about
Hiding the baby oil and stuff like
Was
that.
that
So The
was
Rock's
that at
coming
the
in,
end of
and
5?
it was
Was that
either
at the
the
end
end
of
of 5 or 8. I can't
end of
remember
5 or
which.
I
6. I
think it
I
can't
was.
think
remember.
it's
I
8.
think it might have been 6. You know.
Yeah, 6.
Could it
Yeah,
be 6? All
I think
right.
it was
It
6.
could be.
Yeah.
It could be the end of 6. I can't remember which one it's the end of. I know it's one of the ones from between 5 and 8.
Nah, it was 6. It was
It
definitely
was
6. I
6.
remember because they all stopped the guy in London, didn't they, or something like that, wasn't it?
yeah,
They all
okay,
stopped.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was that plane thing, wasn't it? At the end, that they all stopped. Then they
yeah. They
went.
stopped the plane.
They got to go back home because they got immunity in it, and
Yeah,
then
they
Yeah,
that's
got to
where
go
they had
home.
the
Yeah, that's
barbecue
the
and
one.
stuff.
yeah, they
Yeah,
went
Yeah,
home. Yeah, correct.
that's it. So yeah, it will be
yeah,
that one definitely. Yeah, it probably is that one. It just thought I was just saying, telling Shaz that wasn't even scripted in the movie. It was just a bit of a improv
or was
moment
it not?
between Roman Pierce, Tyrese, and The Rock.
And they
They were
decided to
just,
just keep it in.
and
I
yeah,
legit didn't
they
know
were
that.
filming, so they just kept it in, and I thought it was really good
That is
because
good still.
Ludacris, his reaction to it
Yeah.
was a real reaction because he wasn't expecting it, so
Yo,
he
I need
almost
to watch
spat his
this bit
drink
again.
out.
You know, after still, I can't lie. I need to watch that again. I legit didn't know that.
Yeah, no, I was watching a couple of YouTube videos on the
Yeah,
series, and it was saying it was just like an improv moment between the two, and they just kept it. Quite funny, to be fair. Quite
yeah, I
funny.
need to watch that still. Yeah,
I've already asked you, so I'll ask you, Raiyaan. Like, which one was your? So I asked him both of the questions. So which one was your favorite, and which one was your least favorite of the series?
Oh, this is easy. Number 5's my favorite by
Yeah, we
far.
both got that.
Yeah, I think number 5's the best one by a mile. I think everyone that I really speak to about it says number 5 is just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's either number 5 or number 1, I'd say people say. I think it's people probably say between those two, but I just think number 5, like, is definitely the best one with the heist in Rio and everything like that. That was just
yeah,
a mad film still. I love that.
yeah, definitely.
Worst.
Definitely.
For me, it's a controversial one because a lot of people either say this is the best one or the worst one. For me, it was the worst. I'd say Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I had the same thing as well because I
Yeah.
was thinking that it was like I think it grew upon me, but at the start when I watched it, it was like, what the hell's going on here? They've gone on
I
a
think,
completely different tangent because I didn't even know any of the characters.
I mean,
But
I'm
yeah,
not saying it was like a bad film. I don't think any of them are bad films. I think they're all very good films. But in terms of all of them, I think number Tokyo Drift's probably the least good one. And I feel like for me, that's maybe because I don't think the story in it is as good as all the others, and
yeah,
it didn't really have any of the main characters. Do you get what I mean?
yeah.
no, I
They were
agree.
all new characters besides
Yeah.
Han.
Yeah,
We hadn't even
Han,
seen.
yeah.
To be fair, we didn't see Han until that was his first
Until
film. In
5, I
the,
think. He came back in 5
then
because
he
he
came back in
died
five.
about
Han
6
came in
times, didn't he? He
4.
died a crazy number of times and came back to
Han
life.
was in 3, then made his
Yeah,
re-entered in 4 at
yeah,
the
that's it.
start. So he
Did he
did,
Yeah,
re-enter
yeah.
in 4 or 5? I think he might have been 5, you
He
know.
came back in 5 in Rio.
Yeah, he could. That's where, because they brought all
Yeah,
the crew back to do the heist.
yeah, that's
yeah.
it. Yeah, and Tokyo Drift is supposed to be after 5.
Yeah, it had that timeline shift, didn't it?
Yeah, there
Where
was a bit of a
3
weird
is actually
timeline shift,
after
but
5.
they
And
brought it all together in that movie in 5, didn't they? They showed it all.
I think it chronologically it goes something like 1, 2, and then it goes 4, 5, 6, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 3 comes
Yeah,
after 6,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is
It
a
was a bit of
weird
a
one.
weird one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Because then you've
that was
also got the
funny.
spin-off with Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Because I actually really like that one, you know.
The first one was really good. I can't wait for the second one, to be fair.
Yeah. No, I
I
really
thought, I
like
thought,
that
I
one.
thought it was really good. It was better. I thought it was better than 8 and 9 anyway.
Mm.
Ooh.
I didn't really
Nah,
like 8 and 9, to be fair.
9, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, one what I've so heard like a lot. I just like any of them in it, but like I thought in 9 is probably the least good one since I'd say about 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably the worst one since 4. But I'd say I actually really enjoyed 8. I think 8's probably second or third for me. I really enjoyed that one still. Yeah.
Nah, it's just like in 8, Dom was like, I mean, it's always about family, and then he turned his back on them all.
Because
I
he
get
had to,
why
he
he
got
did it.
blackmailed,
I
didn't
get
he?
why he
Yeah.
did it and everything, but it just felt a bit weird.
It felt strange, but obviously when
Yeah.
you realise why he had to do it, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough.
You
innit?
understand
Like,
why, yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
No, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
facts. Just when I saw the trailer for 8, when the trailer came out a few years ago, I was like, when you see all Dominic's gone rogue and all that, you're like, oh my days! Like, I was so gassed for that film when it like, fucking hell, that was mad.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I think 9 was a bit over the top where they went into space with the car and everything. It was just a bit crazy, a bit too much for me.
I think it always gets like that where I think it got a bit too unrealistic as the films went on, but 9 kind of in terms of just the unrealistic shit just took it to a different level. Like I was watching it with Flawless and Yan in cinema actually, number 9. Shout out those two.
Nice.
I was watching it in cinema with those two a few months ago, and it was just like you could just tell we were all saying it was like the unrealistic shit. Like me and Flawless love the unrealistic shit in it. But
Yeah.
even we had to admit that they took it to like some weird different level, that film. Like it was just
Not true. I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it pushed the limit a bit too far, I think.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it
mean,
did.
the one where they I think it was 7 where they jumped out of the plane in cars with parachutes.
Yeah.
I
Was
thought
there
that
7
was
where the car went through like 2 buildings as well? The Lycan Hypersport. It drove through like
in
2
Abu Dhabi,
buildings,
yeah.
didn't it?
Yeah. That
That
was
was
the same film, yeah. I think that bit was a bit OTT as well. That little
Yeah,
bit
it
where
was.
they went through 2 buildings. That's probably never going to happen even if someone tries it.
Oh yeah,
No,
100.
it was fun to watch though.
It was good for the movie and the action scene. I thought so. Wasn't too bad.
Let's be honest, bro. I mean, you can't be when someone comes up with this line, bro. I'll have the tuna.
Oh yeah.
That's from the first movie, isn't it?
That's literally the first scene of the first movie, like.
Yeah. It's where Brian's gone to the is it the diner or sandwich bar? Yeah.
Because he's undercover, isn't he? He's undercover in the first one.
Yeah, he's undercover in the first one. Yeah,
he's working for Harry's Auto. Yeah, he's working for Harry's.
He's trying to figure out who what Dom's actually doing.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of number 1 overall, though?
I thought it was probably one of the best. I really enjoyed the first.
I know one was interesting because thinking back at it, I watched it when I was in year 10. Shit, man, I said that far ago.
Just giving away your age.
That's how long ago it was, bro.
Yeah, I was only like 2. I was only like 2 when it came out. Like, yeah.
He's like, bro, he's like a little butcher. I was like in school doing my GCSEs at that point. I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm going to cinema. No, you shouldn't. Why are you going to cinema? Let's go watch this. But yeah, no, that one was epic. 2 was funny for obviously Roman.
Roman's character
that
hilarious,
was funny.
Man.
2 was good. I think 2 is probably the most underrated. You know, I don't think 2 probably get. I don't think it's one of the best ones. Yeah. I don't think it gets enough like ratings. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think 2 gets enough.
2 was decent. I thought 1 and 2 were both really good.
They were.
And then after 2, is that when Tokyo Drift came out?
That Tokyo Drift was 3rd, yeah.
That was just random. It just random.
Yeah, it was just random.
Yeah, no.
It was just really random, like thrown in there because none of the main characters were in it. And then Han came back in 4.
Nah, 5. I think Han came.
No, he's in 4 as well. I remember
the.
Oh
no, he was right at the beginning. He was
right at the beginning for a bit. Yeah.
When he says, "I'm going to go do my own thing."
Yeah, he's in 4 for a little bit, and then he's obviously in 5 as well.
I'm like, bro, I watched it, and I'm like, Budina, we just seen Tokyo Drift. Now we just heard this line. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have to go and watch that film again. But yeah, do you know what? I would say, without a shadow of doubt, 2 is underrated. It doesn't get the credit it deserves.
Yeah.
But I mean, generally, I love the series. I mean, I remember when Tokyo Drift came out, me and Charles watched it together. I think I messaged him, said, let's go watch this. I said, what the hell have we just watched?
When did Tokyo Drift come out again? What year was that? Was it?
Hold on, I'll let you know.
I think it was like 2006.
Could have been mid 2000s. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking that. Yeah.
So around that time.
2006, yeah.
Yeah, was it
2006,
2006? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it when it first came out, did we, Shaz? We didn't watch it straight away. I remember
Nah,
that.
it
We
took a
watched it
while.
quite late on, didn't we, that year?
Yeah, no, it took a bit convincing. And I was like, okay.
It's like none of the main characters are in it, so it's just like a spin
Yeah,
off.
it's just like I
I don't really want to watch it.
still think Tokyo, like you got it spot on there, Shaz. Like Tokyo Drift does feel like a spin-off, but just
Yeah.
it genuinely does feel like a spin-off movie, considering when you consider what like all the other movies were about, who was in there. This genuinely did feel like a spin-off Tokyo Drift, and that's probably why it's bottom for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I get what you mean. Yeah, it does feel like a spin off just because like all the characters are just completely different. But
Yeah.
those characters come in 9 as well, don't they? They help.
Yeah,
make that ship
that's
that
what I was
goes
gonna
to
say. They
space.
tried bringing like Lucas Black and all them guys into 9
Yeah.
and stuff, but I didn't really like rate them in that, innit? Like,
Nah, they look quite old and different, didn't they?
You know,
took me a bit of time to realize who they were, to be fair. Then I
Same,
yeah.
you know, sometimes when you know a series should just end at a high point, and you realize it's so far when Han comes back looking fatter than he actually is, and I'm like, all right, Bruce, you know, you've clearly gone OTT with this. You need to let it go.
Bringing him back again.
Definitely.
You know what's crazy about the Han thing though is that the fact is, it's like I think did you see the end of 9 in the credit scene where I think it was Jason Statham's character was boxing or something, and then he comes to the door in it, but it seems like they had like beef in it. So it's did he actually mean to kill Han? Like I think he did in it, like, but
well, he did
it was
that.
a revenge, wasn't it?
It was
attacking the brother.
Thingy's character. What was his name? Mr. Nobody's character. What's the actor's name again? I always forget.
I can't remember his name. Mr. Nobody. I know who you mean, though, yeah.
Is it Kurt?
Kurt Russell, yeah.
Kurt Russell.
Is it called Kurt Russell?
I don't even know, you know. I might double check still, but
I'll
his character,
check,
he kind of organized the death in it.
Yeah.
But then I think.
Okay, yeah. Hold on,
yeah. it's Kurt Russell, yeah.
Kurt Russell, yeah. Thought so, yeah.
No, but here's the best bit. So now that you raised that point that Jason Statham killed Han, because we didn't see that bit there, so I'm thinking, shit, so just some random car hit him. Then I think it was the end of, was it 6 or something, or 5?
It's the start of 5 where they blow the house up. No, 6 where they blow the house up. Or 7.
No, 7 was when they blew the house up.
Yeah. So
and at the end of 6,
where he comes in.
Yeah, 7.
At
then you realize it was him, and I'm like,
that scene.
Yeah,
as a preview to number 7.
Yeah. So they blend them in like Tokyo Drift in the middle there. Because then you see the scene where Han's car gets destroyed and he dies.
Yeah.
And then Dom gets the package that blows up the house.
At the same time,
and that's 7 because that's the one. Yeah, that's the one where they go after
7 because that's when I think Jason Statham's character went looking out for revenge on all them for what they did to his brother.
That's it, yeah.
Because his brother was in number 6, wasn't it?
Yeah, his brother.
And then they brought the 2 brothers back in number 8 to help them.
I saw that.
It was crazy, wasn't it?
That was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, and now Shaw's working with Hobbs, and they absolutely hate each other.
And they hated each other. But I just felt they'd make like a really good like. It's like they're like frenemies, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd say
they work well together. Like they hate each other, but they work well together.
That's like a weird bromance there.
I think it's like it's just like a massive rivalry they've got together.
Yeah.
I think, but they actually like love to hate each other in a way.
That's it. That's it.
It's kind of like me and Flawless, to be honest. I'd say. So it's more like
that. Definitely. You and Flawless have that. I tuned in yesterday whilst you were talking about Pickford. And I thought Flawless is on one here, so I'm like, nah, I can't watch the rest of it.
That's like a daily thing, though, to be honest. Like, that's like a daily
crazy.
I don't even think I said what I said was wrong still, but yeah, I'm not going to get into it.
I didn't catch all of it, to be fair. I just caught Flawless, like, asking you, like, did you understand what was my question? And you're like, can you just repeat it?
Like, I forgot what he asked still, yeah.
Then Flawless just went on one after that, so I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Oh man, jokes. But no, we enjoyed the series. It was
definitely. It was a good series to watch. But I told Shaz earlier that I watched this in September, October. I watched all the movies from 1 to 9.
I do that quite often with these, to be honest, because they're my favorite movies. If I see one on TV, I'll just might slap one on just for like. Yeah. It's
like I used to go to my mum and dad's house, and every time I go through the movie channels, like on a daily basis, there was a Fast and Furious movie on at least one of the movie channels.
Yeah.
On a daily basis. Like my mum's like, oh, there's another one on. It's like every day there was one on.
You know my other favorite TV show. It's called The Arsenal Show. It's where we make fun of
dear.
Arsenal every day.
Arsenal
Arsenal
TV,
fans.
yeah.
Arsenal's so pathetic, man. Like literally, it's actually so pathetic. The fact that you guys managed to beat them today is like with not even a good team. Arsenal, like they think they're back in it, but like just
they're not back yet.
Yes.
they'll
They're
never
not
be
back at
back.
all
Arsenal
yet.
will never be back. They're just gone forever. Like they're terrible.
Oh, no.
Jokes.
They are right there. To be
They're
fair,
awful. The fact they went 1-0 up as well, like
yeah, they scored the first goal, didn't they?
yeah,
And then that was it.
it was a weird goal.
Nice,
Still,
bro.
it was a weird
Nice.
goal. But in terms of Fast and Furious, like Shaz, I asked you like because you said Tokyo Drift wasn't actually like the worst one for you. Which one was the like worst one for you or like least good one?
I'd probably say 8. It just felt really weird, so I'm probably just gonna go with 8 on that.
Yeah, and I actually really liked 8. To be fair, I'd say the order for me it goes something like 5, 7, 8, 6, 4, 9. No wait, 4, 1, 2, 9, 3. It's something like that. Like,
Tokyo Drift's right at the end.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift's right at the end still. Yeah, that's always gonna be
Nice,
bottom
nice.
still. Like
Yeah.
I'm already putting number 10 above it. It hasn't even come out yet. Like because I just know it's gonna be better than 3 in it.
Yeah, definitely. Number 10's
Nah.
meant to have 2 parts, isn't it?
Oh, is it gonna be one of those?
I think it's meant to be a 2-part finale.
They're trying
10
to
part 1 and 10
They
part
don't do
2.
the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah, I
like,
was
no.
about to
Yeah,
say
they're just
this
trying to
is
milk
Harry-
it
this is
for.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, the end of 9 just. I don't know, man. Obviously, they're going to be bringing Brian's character back.
Are they actually going to be doing that? Because
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to because he's one of the main characters. They can't finish the series without him.
without him, yeah,
So,
that's what. But how are
think
they
it
going to do it? Are they going to use
They'll probably
last
use his
brothers
brothers
or
again.
something? His brother, he's got 2 brothers, and I think they
Yeah.
like after obviously he died in number 7.
Yeah.
I think for the rest of the film they used a combination of obviously photo editing and
Yeah.
his brothers. I think.
Yeah.
And you could just tell in that scene at the end of number 7, like it was just so heavily edited. It was
The one
mad,
where he
man.
drives off.
Yeah, he's in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what they've done at some parts, they used the brother and then they CGI'd his face onto it,
Yeah.
onto his brother's body. So
Yeah, I think he's got 2 brothers.
yeah, he's got 2 brothers.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they actually want. I've read somewhere that they want to bring his daughter into it. So like
The character's daughter,
Paul,
or the actual
no,
actor's.
the actor's daughter. So Paul
Yeah, because I
Walker's
think
daughter.
she's like Vin Diesel's goddaughter or something like
She's
that.
she's like Vin Diesel's godfather. So
They're
yeah.
like proper. They were like proper close and stuff.
I think he walked her down the aisle, didn't he? At a wedding or something.
Yeah, he did.
Mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they want to bring her into like one of the last 2 movies, but I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they'll manage to do it. To be fair,
I don't know, it'd be like his long lost daughter or something.
it'll be Dom's long lost sister or something, won't it?
Oh
we've
my
never
day!
heard of.
Oh, John Cena. What do you think of John Cena's acting in number 9? Because I thought it was
I can't
atrocious.
stand it, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was
John
atrocious.
Cena's just a bad actor, man.
Before you jumped on, me and Chaz were joking. Man can barely wrestle, let alone act. I was like, bro, don't bother. They just leave it.
I was really reluctant to watch 9 because John Cena's in it. And it's like I just can't really watch it, but because it's Fast and Furious, I had to watch it.
Oh yeah, 100%. But his acting was just atrocious.
Yeah,
I still don't get people who are like, because even Flawless said this to me. It's like at the end of number 9, you know, obviously when the car comes and it's Brian's character,
yeah,
and it's like, people were saying, isn't it John Cena's character though? And people are still saying, is it John Cena? I was like, no chance. He came in a Nissan Skyline, like it's obviously Brian's character.
It's definitely Brian because he's pulling up to the house in one of the same cars that he did in
Nissan
the first
Skyline.
movies,
That's his like iconic car, innit? Like,
that's
so
his
it's
iconic
obvious.
car. It can't be
they're
his
not
brother.
gonna they weren't going to make that much fuss over it being like, you could tell by the way they made the scene, the music and everything like that, and the way they panned into like Dom's face during the scene. Like, it's not going to be his brother in it. It's going to be Paul Walker's character. Like,
definitely, because they said that there's a seat missing. There was no one sat on that spare seat where they.
And it was next to his wife anyway.
Yeah, and Mia's like, "Oh, he's coming. He's on his way.
He's coming." Yeah,
exactly. So it's definitely Brian.
I mean, because it is her brother as well, people maybe could make a case to say it was John Cena's character, but it definitely,
Yeah,
like, if you know, in it, like.
yeah, definitely. If you've watched all
Yeah,
the movies properly, then
If
you
you
know
know,
it's
if,
Raiyaan.
exactly, that's the fact. If you've watched all the movies prior and you know it, you obviously know it's Paul Walker's character.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but hold
definitely.
on, let me get straight. So they keep talking. Dom talks about family all the time, and I don't mean Chaz talked about it.
We talked about this
Where do
earlier,
you
man.
get John Cena coming out as a brother? I'm looking at Dom Toretto. I look at Mia, and I see John Cena. I'm like, boys, he could have picked a better cast for this. I mean, bro, I think you can make this up, bro. I was like, what?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't understand why Dom had like a long lost brother that we've never heard of in 8 movies. It was just really weird.
It just never got mentioned or no hint towards it at all, and
because
it's
they
like,
always spoke about their dad
yeah,
dying and stuff like that, and obviously they spoke about Dom almost killing someone with a wrench.
yeah,
And
and
then
that's
they
why
never
he went
spoke
to.
about why, and they never spoke about his brother, and then just randomly turns up in 9 as the bad guy for a bit. I thought it was really weird.
What do you think 10's going to be about then? Do you think that's
They're gonna go after Cypher, aren't they?
it's still going to be about Cypher, yeah? Because obviously she's still around.
She's the main. I think she'll be the main bad guy in 10, definitely. I don't. Obviously, they might bring other people in to help her out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because she always has people like doing the job.
Because she's only a hacker, isn't she? So she can't really do anything else.
Yeah, she gets like. Oh, was that you?
I think that was Shaz then. Yeah, I mean, I thought the character in Luke Shaw Hobbs, the Hobbs and Shaw movie, Idris Elba's character, I can't remember his name now. I thought that was a good character.
Yeah, he had a good character.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's dead either. I think he'll be back in maybe the second or third one. And they could maybe use him in 10 as well. In Fast and Furious 10 as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because he's controlled by like a chip in his head or something, isn't he?
Yeah, but yeah, because like you said, I don't think he died. I think it would have been easy to like, because he's kind of exactly. He's kind of a robot, wasn't he?
He was like a super soldier robot or something.
Yeah, like they could.
And if you watch, I think if you watch like right at the end, they showed a little bit where
something moved in. Was it his finger moved? Or
his
something?
finger moved or something. So it's like, yeah, he's definitely still alive.
Yeah, that's no. Actually, that could work really well for them if they were to bring his character back, and then that way they could bring Hobbs back, because I think because obviously Hobbs wasn't in the last one, and they made the spin-off because I think he fell out with Vin Diesel. But then I saw
they've fallen out quite a lot, haven't they?
Yeah, but then I saw Vin Diesel posted something saying come back for the last film or something.
Yeah, he's asked The Rock to come back in for 10. There's no word on if The Rock's accepted it or not, but I think he will.
I think they will. I think they'll do it.
I think they will. It's only one more movie in it, or a 2-part movie, but I think he'll do it.
Yeah, and if they do, like you said, Shaz, that would be so ideal to bring in Idris Elba's character back.
Yeah,
because obviously it just connects all of them. He'll be working for Cypher, and then it'll bring Hobbs and Shaw back. You know, Jason Statham's character will come in to probably help as well. They'll probably bring his sister in, who was in Hobbs and Shaw as well, or something like that as well.
Like, they'll bring the brother as well, won't they?
Like, it just seems too like convenient for that to happen. I don't think it will.
I don't think it will, because Idris Elba's character was controlled by a company, and we never saw who owned that company or the voice that controlled him. We never heard of who that was. It could be Cypher. It could be someone like Mr. Nobody, or it could be anybody, to be fair.
I doubt it would be Mr. Nobody, to be fair, but like it wouldn't surprise me if it was Cypher. Like,
yeah. I think Cypher's the easiest option to go for, but I think it'll be a new character that they bring in.
Yeah, I agree.
Because there's been talk on them bringing in someone for the role, but they can't figure out who yet. So I think it is going to be a new character.
When's the movie supposed to come out again? Is it 2023?
I think it's 22.
Yeah.
Oh, is it this year coming up?
I think it's meant to come out after 10, isn't it? The second Luke Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh no, I thought you meant just number 10 generally, like.
Oh, number 10. I think it's either 2022 or 2023. Might be delayed. It might have been delayed because of COVID, like this year.
Yeah, because that's what happened with number 9. It got delayed for a year, didn't it?
Delayed,
yeah, man. But who was your favorite character out of all of them out of the whole series?
Character-wise, mine's got to be Brian. One of my favorites from the first movie all the way towards 7. He was one of my favorites. Like,
Brian,
it doesn't feel.
I'll go Roman Reigns. I mean, not
Roman Reigns.
Reigns.
He's in Hobbs and Shaw. I'll give you that one, Shaz.
Shut up, bro. I mean Roman.
You mean Roman Pierce, don't you? Yeah, Tyrese's
Pierce.
character is
Fucking hell.
classic.
Yeah,
He's just proper jokes, especially in 5. Some of the
Yeah.
stuff
he's
coming
just
out.
vibes. Yeah, he's just vibes
He's
still. Like,
classic.
I respect
Like,
it.
this
so
is
much.
one of his quotes, isn't it, Shaz? Still a buster.
No, that's
He's-
that's
No, I don't
Dominic's.
think that's him, is it?
That's Dominic's. That's
Mhm.
Dominic's when he calls.
Yeah, no, Dom says it to Brian, doesn't he?
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah, he does.
Roman says something to him as well in 2. I can't remember what he says to him.
I haven't watched 2 for ages, you know.
Because they have that
I
fight
can't
when they first meet in 2. They have that fight in the
Yeah.
sand.
Okay, yeah.
Because it was Brian's fault that Roman got arrested, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, that's
He
right.
obviously
And I think
wasn't
didn't he
happy
go
with
to
him.
prison for him or something like that?
Yeah,
I don't
he
know.
went to prison for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were going to use him to get him basically a clean slate after
A clean
he helped
record
out.
and everything. Because obviously, I think Brian,
Felt
because
guilty,
he let
didn't
Dom go in the first one, he had like
Yeah.
a criminal record on him in it for
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah, he let a criminal go, didn't he? So, but it was only in 5. It was only in 5 where he turned on like the police and became a proper criminal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
up
because
until
I
then he
think
was
in
still a
4
cop.
they brought. I think 4 was set 5 years after 1, so obviously it was 5 years later, and obviously I think they thought Letty had died, didn't they? They thought she died. Remember?
So they thought she died
Dom
at
came
the end
back
of
for
4.
revenge.
Oh,
And
yeah, so it was in 4 where Letty died at the start, wasn't it?
yeah, well, died, but yeah, where they thought.
You're talking about this quote, ain't you, Chess?
Yeah, that's it. I think my homeboys called me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. But I think 4 was when they thought Letty had died, so Dom comes back to LA for revenge, and obviously Brian's back working for the FBI, innit? And they kind of work together to finish off it was a drug lord or something, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yeah, what was
Braga
it called?
or something like that.
Yeah,
Braga.
Braga, yeah, the one that Brian goes to see in 7 in American
Brian
prison.
goes to see in 6, I think, in
6 or 7, yeah. It was even the one where Letty comes back because he knew about it.
It's 6, yeah.
Yeah, Braga,
and I think in 4 and at the end they caught him, but then they sentenced Dom to like life in prison, innit? And then that's in 5. At the beginning of 5, Brian turned rogue and got him out, innit? And then they went on the
definitely.
run.
Yeah, at the end of 4, you hear the cars rev up behind the police truck, the police van that's taking him to prison, and that. Oh, like, right, they're breaking him out definitely for 5.
100%.
Yeah,
you knew it was coming, but I wasn't expecting Brian to like turn on him. I thought maybe he would have tried to. In 5, I didn't think he was going to be on the run with him like straight away. I thought like maybe
especially
he would have
after he'd already done it before.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I think at that point it was like he ended up having to make a decision because like he's already done it. He went good again, and then at the end of was it 4? He's like, you know what, I can't do this again. I'm literally gonna go full on rogue.
He's the one that told Dom to turn himself in at the end of 4, and he said that
because he thought he'd get leniency and stuff.
He thought he'd get leniency, but they put him away for life, and then and that's why he turned him, because you could tell when they gave him his sentence, like Brian's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
When I saw him get that sentence, I was like, how could you give him that? Like, after what he's just done, taking down a drug lord, you give him still life. Like,
it's crazy that, isn't it? Like, he helped the FBI take out one of the biggest drug lords from Mexico.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And it still gets life. Because he already went to prison though, didn't he? Like,
when he was younger, I think.
When he was younger,
because that's when you find out in 9, because it was his brother. He attacked the guy who thought killed his dad or something.
Yeah, he almost killed him with that wrench, didn't he? Yeah,
with the wrench. Yeah,
definitely. And then he goes to prison, and that's why he kept trying to avoid going back, because he didn't want to go back.
Because he hated it. Yeah, because it was horrible for him.
That's it. Yeah. I think they've dragged it out long enough now.
I think 10.
Series.
Even I have to admit, I think 10 does have to be the last one now. It's sad because I love them too much, Fast and Furious films, but I think 10 is where they do have to end it now. I think anything. Well, they are ending it at 10. They've already said, but I do think it's probably the right time to end it now. I don't think it can really go on any further than that.
You can still see those characters turn up though in like Hobbs and Shaw if they're going to do more of them.
You know what?
Those characters could get their own spin-offs as well.
If they would have ended it at 5, I would have been happy. You know, if they would
You
have
know
ended
what?
at 5,
I always
You know
said
what?
that
I
they
don't
should
think
have
they would
ended
have
it at
ended it at
7.
5 because they were all still like fugitives in it.
Yeah, yeah. I
technically.
always thought that they should have ended it after Paul Walker died at the end of 7.
When you think about it, yeah, they probably should have
Because he
ended
was
it
one of the
there.
main characters like from all the movies, and then carrying it on after him. I understand why they carried it on and like they made his character. They didn't kill his character off like at the end of 7. They could have killed his character off, but they didn't. They just said like
Were you
he's done with
surprised he
this.
didn't kill his character off? Because when he died,
Mhm.
when the actual actor died, I did think they'd probably kill the character off.
I thought that as well. I thought
Yeah.
they're going to kill
I
Brian's
was surprised
character
they
off.
didn't.
Yeah, they let him. They let the character live on.
Yeah.
Basically, for Brian, didn't they? For Paul. I thought it would have been a good way to end the series at the end of 7 because they were all
They were all free.
they're all
They
happy.
were
They're all
all
free.
able to go home. They weren't
Yeah.
fugitives. They had enough money to live on. You
Yeah.
know, they didn't.
It would have been a perfect ending because they were all happy. Like they're all together. Besides, and then obviously at that point we thought Han and Giselle have both died.
Have both
Giselle's
passed away,
still
yeah.
dead, but Han still came back in 9.
I think
didn't
Letty
it?
had the memory back because remember in like
Yeah.
she
At the
lost
end
it,
where
but then in
Dom's nearly
7 she
dead.
got
Yeah.
it back in it. So that would
Yeah.
have been a good way to end it. Still,
I thought it
yeah.
would have been a brilliant way to end it, but
Just
you know
to carry on.
these big companies, they like to milk stuff for as much
the
money as they
in
can,
it,
don't they?
money
So
talks, man.
it makes a
Money
lot of
talks.
money, that series. So I understand why they're
100%.
carrying it on.
100% it makes
Yeah,
a
no
lot of
doubt,
money.
bro. No doubt.
And I think even after 10, they can do spin-off shows of the other characters if they wanted to.
All that power.
Nah, I think they should probably still even end that after.
You
I
still
think
end that.
I still think after 10, it'll be sad, but I think they'll have to. I think they should end it all after 10.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I think they'll carry on Hobbs and Shaw because Hobbs and Shaw 2 is meant
That's
to be
one where
coming
I'd
out
like
after.
to see them carry on because that does seem a really like it's just it's fun though, that film too. I really like that one still. That film was really good.
Yeah. What did you think of Roman Reigns' acting in Hobbs and Shaw 2?
No,
No?
not too like. Yeah. You know what? I actually thought it was better than John Cena still.
Yeah, true.
I'll
He
say
got
that.
he got to his main move, the spear, though. So I think that he was happy with that.
It was better than John Cena's, but I don't think that was really saying much in it. Like,
No, you can't say much. John Cena's
John
just a
Cena's
really bad
acting was
actor.
horrible.
I've seen like his other films, like, and it's just really bad.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
What films are they again? Like that
he's in that movie Cockblock, isn't he?
He did Marine.
Yeah,
he did the Marine. They were really bad. Like the Miz took the series over, and he did better than The Rock in the Marine 5 and onwards, didn't
he? Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't think John Cena's a good actor. But he's obviously going to get movies because he's a big.
Do you think his character will be in number 10?
I think it will. I think he might come back in like part 2, maybe not in part 1. Maybe like towards the end of part 1, and then obviously the end of the whole series is going to be the part 2 of it, where they eventually either kill Cypher or she gets arrested or whatever. But I think he'll be part of it.
Nah, actually, I don't know still, but
I think to end it, they're going to have to kill her because if she goes to prison, then there's always the chance.
Out, innit?
Yeah, there's always going to be a chance that she can come back.
She can come back, yeah. It's like if you kill her, it's like that's the series ended. There's just nothing else.
What they need to do is they need to finish off on an ultimate high because they can't leave any cliffhangers. Because too many of these films, they leave cliffhangers. I'm not seriously, boys. Don't do this again. I can't.
No, they're gonna have to end it properly.
Otherwise, they'll just end it on another tribute, I reckon. Because that's what they've done for the last few since he died. Each film has ended on some sort of tribute. So 7 obviously was the "See You Again" song, the driving into the cars. 8 was when he named his kid after the character.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah,
and obviously 9 was his character actually coming back in the car to the barbecue. So
definitely.
So they'll just end it on another tribute.
Definitely
be that sort of thing. Yeah,
it'd be a good way to end it on a tribute to him. But like I say, I still think they should have ended it at 7. It would have been the perfect tribute.
When you look back, I think that was the ideal time to probably end it. Yeah,
definitely. But I mean, Cypher's obviously going to be in 10 as the bad guy, but do you reckon they could bring other characters back that have been bad guys before?
Well, I think
Braga's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in prison. I don't think they bring him back. I think that's too far in the past for him to
it doesn't have any value anymore. Since Jason Statham went good, you kind of like, okay, well,
Jason Statham will be in it, I reckon, but
I think he will, yeah.
Part of their kind of team, so I don't think he'll be a bad guy or anything.
Yeah.
No, I think he'll be. If they bring Shaw back, they'll have to bring Hobbs with him, I reckon, because they're
100%.
working together as a team, aren't they? So,
and I think they'll probably bring his brother back in as part of it as well.
yeah, I think they will. And
I mean,
obviously,
in terms of other villains, I don't really know, to be fair, because Braga was obviously one. They all died in number 5 in the heist.
Yeah.
So there's not really anyone else they can bring in, to be honest.
What about the DK from Tokyo Drift, that family, because they were part of like the Yakuza, weren't they?
I still think even that's too far in the past. I don't know if that would work well because it weren't like Vin Diesel's characters or Brian's characters. They really, face off against them or anything. So I don't think they'd bring I think the only ones they'd bring back are. Wait, who did I say again? They don't bring back Braga. They bring back Jason Statham and his brother, but obviously not as villains in it, but like as.
I think they'll be working with the team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they 100%. Both became good in the end. Yeah, it'd be Jason Statham's definitely going to be in it because obviously the way 9 ended with him and Han coming face to face.
Yeah.
Like
definitely. I think he'll definitely be in it.
They've obviously got to show more of that in number 10.
Yeah, I think that's where 10 will start off.
Yeah,
that's probably where 10's going to start off. Where Jason Statham and Hannah, the characters are,
they'll show the relationship between those two are like, where they hate each other, try to kill each other, or made up. I don't know, but like
they'll probably show them fighting, and then for a bit
having
like,
some
during
chat
the movie,
or something, and then sorting it out.
And then they'll end up clearing the air or something like that, won't they?
Nah, it'll be something like Vin Diesel comes in the middle of them and like talks to them and like sorts it out or something like that. Like.
Definitely. Like there was one funny scene. Like, I think it was in 6 or 7. Do you know when they've all got together and The Rock? I think it was 6, where The Rock's trying to talk to him, and Roman's just trying to get money from someone to go to the vending machine.
To get it, and he shoots it, doesn't he?
He shoots it. It's absolutely hilarious.
That was 6, I think.
He's like, you're a millionaire, and you're still asking for change.
Change, yeah. And then he just shoots it. It's on the house or something. Yeah.
I thought that was really funny, man. Just little bits like that Roman's character does.
Wasn't there that one where he fired the kind of like thing across and it almost hit Dom or something?
Yeah,
if it hit him, it would have killed him.
Oh yeah,
that big spear thing from
the big spear thing, and it went it went right through the middle, and if it would have hit him, it would have definitely killed him. But
definitely. I think that's the one where they bring the plane down, isn't it? Because they use them to bring the plane down.
Yeah, it was number 6. It was definitely
number 6. Yeah, I thought that was really funny, man. Roman's character is just hilarious.
It's just hilarious.
Roman's
one in number 8 with him where wasn't he? They were all on like the FBI Interpol's Most Wanted or something, and he came number 11 or something behind.
Yeah, he's like, who was number 10? And it was
her,
girl that's the hacker.
What did you think of her character? Because I think she came in number 7, didn't she? Like,
when they rescued her in 7, I thought it was a good character.
I think she's a good character. Yeah.
Like the scene where she wakes up and she tells everyone like, you're the alpha, and she calls Roman the Joker, and he goes, wrong. Double alpha. He's absolutely hilarious, man.
He's so funny. Yeah.
And when they're coming out of the plane to save her in the cars, and he goes, I'm just going to stay up here and help out, because he just didn't want to come out in the car in the parachute.
Oh yeah,
shit in it.
I'm just gonna help her chill with the pilot or something like that.
He's a funny character, man.
And then they force him out, don't they? They force him out because I think
Tej has a button to get him out. Yeah, they were expecting him to do something like that, weren't they?
Yeah. Was there any villain in number 7 who they could bring back? Because they have that. No, but he died, didn't he? In that plane, he died at the end. In number
the guy
7.
Who kidnapped
Ramsey.
Ramsey. Yeah. Him and Shaw were the bad guys, weren't they?
But obviously Shaw's a good guy now.
Shaw's on their side now, so I think he died, didn't he, at the end? Because they threw that big bag of grenades.
Didn't The Rock do something to it? Like,
yeah, he threw that big. No, he
that
was shooting it down with that big turret gun, weren't he?
Yeah, Toretto did it, and just The Rock.
He just stood there, Toretto, didn't he? He just stood on that building, like, fire it at me or something like that.
Yeah. They drove off and threw the big bag of grenades into the helicopter, didn't he, as he fell down?
Yeah. I remember now. You know what it is? I just remember watching 7 so clearly in cinema, and that was like 7 years. I can't believe it's been like 7 years.
It's been a long time, hasn't it, man? I watched that in cinema as well. I remember watching it, man.
Like, I was only like
I remember
15 at
watching it.
those times. Like I just remember watching it so clearly.
No
Like
way.
number
Time flies.
7, man.
Is it
Did
7
anyone
years
else cry?
ago?
Did anyone else cry at the end in that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
100%. I did, man.
I did.
I did. I don't think there was a dry eye in the cinema on
Nah,
that.
there wasn't.
Nah,
There
it was
wasn't.
It's
emotional.
just the way that it ended for Paul Walker, wasn't it? It was just
It was
one of them
even
moments.
I have to admit it was a good tribute that they did.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think they did it really well, actually. Yeah.
They did, yeah, definitely. I mean, they all class each other as family because they've been doing the movies together for so long.
Yeah.
And they were really close. It hit them hard, didn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
And they were looking at cancelling the movie at one point after 7.
I thought they would.
Instead
I
of
thought
bringing
they would
7
cancel
out.
it.
Yeah, but they wanted. I think the way they ended it was perfect, and that would have been a perfect way to end the whole
To
series
end the whole
as well.
series,
Definitely,
yeah. Definitely, 100%.
definitely.
But yeah,
I mean,
oh, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say, to be fair.
I was going to say there was another movie that they did similar to it for Need for Speed. Did anybody watch that?
Oh yes.
Nah, I haven't. No,
It
I've heard
had
of it. I think I've
it
heard
had,
of it.
what's he called? The guy who plays Jesse in Breaking Bad. He's in it, isn't he? As the one of the main characters. I never watched it, man. I just thought it was just a rip-off of Fast and Furious because it was a similar type of movie, wasn't it? I just never
I've
watched
heard of
it.
it before. Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever watched it though. It don't ring a bell still.
I don't think it was that popular because I think they only did one movie, so it must not have done that well. I think they were trying to bring it out and trying to have it rival Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But
But obviously that is never gonna like if you're trying to make a film series that's in terms of cars that's gonna rival Fast and Furious, like just give up in it because it's not
it's not happening, is it?
Like it's not
No.
gonna happen really. Like Fast and Furious is probably one of the biggest film series of all time, if we're being honest.
Yeah, 100%. It is definitely.
Yeah, obviously you got them.
I mean, they could have just kept doing it. They could have
just
just kept like loads of movies coming out if they wanted to. They could have done like up to like 15 or 20 if they wanted to.
If they wanted to, they could still carry it on, and it would still make so much
still
money,
get the box
so
office
many
views,
people
won't it?
watching. 100%, but I just think they need to stop it after 10.
Yeah, definitely.
But if they wanted to, they could do it
100%,
even longer, to be fair. But then obviously the actors are getting older and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you have to
Definitely.
remember. Vin Diesel's like almost 50, and so I think he might even be 50 or something.
Bloody
Like.
heck, I didn't realise he was that old, to be fair. He probably is, yeah.
I think last time I saw he was like 47, and I'm sure I checked that about 2 years ago or something. Like, so yeah. Probably like 50 or something. Like, so yeah. It's the actors, they can't, because obviously I don't want them like bringing in all these different new actors and stuff, different characters, because that's what they'd have to do, to be honest.
Yeah, he's actually
they'd
54,
probably bring,
man.
like, Dom's kids or something in as like the new.
Yeah, they'll have like Dom's kid and Brian's kids.
Brian's kids, yeah, like, yeah, it'll be all that.
I wouldn't even watch that, to be fair. That's just,
yeah,
it'll ruin it, I
be
reckon.
the same, innit?
Yeah.
It's a bit, if that happened, it's a bit like, you guys have watched the new James Bond film, haven't you? Have you?
Yeah.
What's that, sorry?
Have you watched the new James Bond film, both of you?
No, I've not watched it.
I won't ruin it in it, but like, I just forget what I was going to say in it, but yeah. Yeah, just forget what I was going to say. But in terms of Fast and Furious, it's like, do you guys have, what's your guys' favorite car in the whole series?
Dom's car, man. The one that he's always, the one that he doesn't really want to drive.
Oh, right.
I love that car, man.
That Lycan Hypersport they had in number 7, the other red car that went through the buildings. You know, there was only like 7 of them in the whole world at that time, and that one actually got destroyed. So there's only like 6 now.
They actually destroyed
that in filming, so there's actually 6 of them now.
Did you see the car that Roman dissed in, was it 5, where he called it Papa Smith? Where you get that car from, Papa Smith, the blue one.
Was that number 5? I remember the scene.
So they were trying to dodge the cameras, and basically Brian brought back a blue.
Where they've made the circuit and they're trying to. He goes, "Where'd you get that car from, Papa Smith? Because it's bright blue." Classic. Yeah, no. Roman's like, when they're telling the plan in 5, and he goes, "This doesn't sound like business. This sounds personal." And then he just starts walking off, and then he tells him how much money he's in, like $100 million. He goes, "What? $100 million?"
Oh yeah, because
you know what? Sometimes
he was walking up, and then didn't Vin Diesel say it was Vin Diesel who said the money in it. And
Yeah,
he
he's
was
like, it's
like,
100. He says it really loud so he hears it, and he's like, say what?
you know what? I might even watch number 5 tonight. I can't lie. Just talk about it as I
Oh,
might just watch it tonight. You know,
It's a good one, man. It's a good one to
it's
watch.
the best one by a mile still.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's you see them all together for the first time,
Yeah,
and I think that's what makes it really good.
because obviously the Rock comes in as well and all that.
Yeah,
Because that was the Rock's first one. It was the
yeah,
Rock's
it was his
one.
first one. Yeah, he comes in as the cop trying to catch him.
Trying to catch him because obviously they're all fugitives, but then
Yeah,
obviously kind of worked together in the end. But it was a weird one because they worked together, but then he let them go at the end. But didn't he give him like 24 hours or
yeah. He
something?
said, "I'm gonna
But
give
he
you a
didn't
24
know
hour head
they'd
start."
already they swapped votes, didn't they?
He didn't know that at
He was
that
like,
point. No,
you keep the money here, the money stays. But then he opens it and all the money's not there because
there's
they
just
didn't
nothing in
actually
it.
make the other vote.
he's
Like
like
that
he's
was
Yeah,
laughing
brilliant.
because he remembers the scene that swapped over, and he's like, he just laughs, and he's like, okay.
he's like, "Okay, you got me on that one." Basically, he goes, "But I'm gonna get you."
Now you had to respect it still. I've got a good one for you. What was the biggest twist in the whole series? Because like obviously you've had stuff like Letty being alive, Han being alive,
Yeah,
Dom's long lost brother, Dom having a kid in number 8, and
yeah.
that's why he was blackmailed. Like you've got so many. Like what was
I
the
think
biggest? Like,
in 6 you've got the cop that's working
oh
with
yeah,
them, and
yeah,
she
and she's
turns on him
actually
right at
working
the
with the
end.
villain. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought that was a really good twist to put in because
yeah.
Owen Shaw's walking out and he goes, "Are you coming with me, babe?" And everyone thinks he's talking to Letty,
But
and
he's
then
actually
the other
talking
girl
to
just
her.
turns around and goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, and
Well,
it was like
shit.
the Rock's face when that happened. It was like,
Yeah, I
you
think that was
remember?
a really good twist. That a really good
That was
one.
good, yeah. That was
he's
very
like,
good, actually.
damn, now no wonder I'm getting played so hard. He's like, okay,
Yeah,
safe.
that's why he was always like one step ahead because she was giving him the info.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
And I thought
exactly.
it was a really good twist because during the
That was
movie
good.
you could always see that Owen Shaw was always ahead of him and he knew what they were doing. So it's like there's got to be someone on the inside, but who is it?
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, it just made sense in the end. To be fair, and then
Yeah,
did Letty kill her in the end? Was it Letty who killed her? Didn't they?
yeah,
They had like fight on the plane,
They had
didn't
her
they?
on the plane and she shot her with a shotgun, didn't she, out the door?
yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that.
She,
It was
she won't get
something
Yeah,
like
I
out of that.
remember that.
yeah.
And he
Yeah, I
goes,
thought
I'm trying to
that's one of
think
the
of
biggest
other
twists that they had.
great twists they had. There weren't really so many in like the first few.
No,
Because that was more about the actual. I feel like the first few, I say 1, 2, 3 were more about the actual cars and racing and street racing, and then
yeah,
from 4, I do think it became more about the actual story. And do you get what I
yeah,
mean?
doing heists and stuff like that.
Heists and stopping villains and all that. Like I
Yeah,
think that's what it became more after that.
that's
Do
it.
you
Yeah,
remember? Actually, do
definitely.
you remember in number 4 they're trying to do Braga, aren't they? But then the Braga they think they're trying to catch isn't the actual Braga. It's the
yeah.
guy who they've been like,
Yeah,
They
they've
think
been
he's
talking to the whole time.
yeah, they
yeah.
think
They
he's
had
the
that
old
guy
guy.
come in the suit, didn't they? And everyone thought he was
Yeah, the old
Braga.
man in the suit who they all thought it
Yeah.
was, but it was
And
actually
then they got the picture come back saying, "Oh, this is actually Braga," and no one realized until after.
it was actually him. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
They were standing next to him the whole time. They didn't
yeah,
realize it.
they didn't realize it was
yeah.
him the whole
Facts.
time.
Yeah,
Crazy that,
I
wasn't
remember watching in the cinema and I was screaming, "Pudina, he's there, go get him!"
it?
Everyone fucking just turned around. And the next time goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "He's there." He said, "Yeah, but it's a film." I said,
You get proper hyped up about stuff, you bro. I'm telling you.
"Oh, you didn't see me at the United Villarreal game. I'm
Oh
shouting,
man, that was hilarious.
bad abuse, like I put
We
that."
went to the United Villarreal game at Old Trafford, and this guy just so funny, man. So
yeah.
funny. It's hilarious to watch him. I thought he was gonna lose all his hair that day, man.
I literally was about to run on the pitch and literally grab somebody scruff and neck and say, "Listen, boys, the goal's there. Don't go backwards. Swear." Oh man.
I was shouting at the players that go this way, not that way. I was
Well, were
so
you close
funny,
to the
man.
pitch so they could hear you?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
were you close?
I think we were like 10 rows back, weren't we, Shaz, or something like that?
Yeah. It's pretty
Yeah,
close, bro.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really funny, man. We were sat on the side where, they walk across to get to the dugouts.
You know the best bit,
Just
Ryan.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know.
Right,
Yeah.
Ryan, you love this. So, the 24th was my anniversary.
Oh,
And,
congratulations! Yeah,
no, thanks, bro. So Pakistan were playing India that day, and Liverpool were playing Man United.
Man United.
Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
you got you rammed. I was just checking the India Pakistan. Yeah, Pakistan won safe, boys. I'm good. Happy days, bro.
Yeah, Pakistan gave you the W on that day, didn't they?
I was so nervous for that day because it was like I think India Pakistan the first innings in obviously India's innings it was like and it started obviously an hour and a half or 2 hours before the Liverpool game. Obviously they take the wickets, restrict India to go score. I've got hope in me, and then I would have obviously watched the second innings if it weren't for United Liverpool. I was like, oh, that was just a perfect day, man. It was like,
I say.
Yeah,
It's like
Shaz loved it.
Shaz is messaging me. Oh, Liverpool. I was like, you know what? Pakistan winning. Chill out. Ticket. Let them have it.
You're like, I don't care about that game. I care about this one. Pakistan.
no, it's like I've got like my uncle in it. He's a massive United fan, but obviously Pakistan fan in it. So he was like, he was telling me after like obviously changed it to the football. It's like I said to him, it's like, oh, you might as well just kept the cricket on and stuff like that.
Yeah,
definitely. No, United let us down big time on that day. Big time.
That was a good day. They didn't let you down today, to be fair. I mean, losing to Arsenal, losing to Arsenal at home would have been a next level of embarrassment, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. But, definitely.
Well,
I was just reading online that Carrick's leaving the club after today. He stepped down on it.
He's left. But I said this to you all along, Shaz. If you play McFred in midfield, you ain't gonna win anything, bro.
They won today.
Hey, Fred was all right today, man.
Fred
played well
Fred got an assist today. He won a pen. I'm not.
I actually think I've always said I think Fred's a decent player.
He actually played really well today. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people said he's rubbish, but he had a good game today.
You know what it is about Fred? I actually rate him, but when he has a bad game, it's very bad, innit? Like it looks so bad when he has a bad game. Like
when he has a bad game, it's really, really bad. But when he has a good game, he has a decent game.
Yeah, he's a good player. Today, he's a good player.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think he's a good player. He always makes the Brazil squad, doesn't he? So
he plays very well for Brazil.
He plays really good for Brazil, though.
Yeah, he does. He's a good player.
No, I think he's a good player.
I think he'll do well under your new manager as well because he suits his style very well.
A lot of people are saying Fred's going to be very key for Ralph Rangnick
because he suits Ralph Rangnick's style of like pressing style and high intensity styles perfectly. So I think he'll do very well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on today, Raiyaan.
No problem. Thanks for having me, man.
Gonna wrap up now. But appreciate everyone tuning in. We've just been covering the Fast and Furious movies from 1 to 9. Talked a little bit about what we're expecting in 10. I'll leave it to Raiyaan and Shaz to give their final thoughts.
Great show. Thanks, Ryan, for coming on as always. And as you can see, Ryan's socials down there below. Follow him on Sarcasm City. Guys, smashing it as always. And big up to him for finally joining us on. But you know the drill, guys. We'll be back with more content over the next couple of days. So stay tuned. Have a good evening, guys. And I'll leave it to Ryan to finish up, boy.
Yeah, cheers, man. But yeah, big up, guys, for having me on, innit? It's been a good. Really enjoyed this show, actually. It's reviewing like my favorite films. Like obviously, like all the YouTube ones we do, it's like just sports related. It's like with football, it gets a bit boring and stuff. Sometimes when you're talking too much about it, it's like I don't know, like when the only streams you're doing are like sports related. It's just nice to have something else where you're talking about like movies or something like that. And yeah I like that still. So yeah, man, cheers for having me on, man. And make sure you drop a like, people. Subscribe to the channel subscribe to this channel as well. Drop a like on this video, and yeah, man. Cheers for having me on again.
No, I appreciate you coming on, man. I appreciate everyone tuning in. But as Shaz says, we'll be back with more content over the week.